Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another weekly meal prep on WW. I am super stoked to share with you my recipes for this week. You are going to see my breakfast, my lunch, and a dessert item that I am so excited to have. So if you want to see what is on my meal plan for the week, all of the recipes, step-by-step instructions, then all you have to do, keep watching. For breakfast this week, I'm gonna be making Copycat Starbucks egg bites in my Instant Pot. I am so excited. I've been wanting to make this recipe for a very long time. I love these because all you have to do is change the ingredients that you put into the egg bite and you can have endless amounts of flavors. So today I'm actually going to be doing sausage, basil, and minced onion in my egg bite. So let me show you everything that is in this recipe. So you're going to need some protein, whatever you decide to do, bacon, ham, sausage. You can go ahead again and select whatever flavor combination that you want. You're going to need some non-fat Greek yogurt, some salt, pepper. I'm gonna go ahead and add some minced onion to mine. I'm gonna do a mixture of both fat-free shredded cheese and Trader Joe's light mozzarella. You're going to need some fat-free cottage cheese or low fat, just count your points accordingly, some eggs, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add in some fresh basil. So let's get started on our Starbucks egg bites. The first thing that we need to do is grab out our blender. We're going to be adding 4 of our ingredients to our blender and pureeing it down until it's more of a liquid form, and that is what's going to make our eggs. So go ahead and pull out your blender, and to that you are going to be adding in 6 eggs. I went ahead and just cracked them into a bowl because I'm notorious for getting shells. So I'm always better safe than sorry. And in this bowl here, I have 1 cup of Trader Joe's light shredded mozzarella, 1 cup of fat-free mozzarella, which makes up the 2 cups of cheese in this recipe. So the only thing I have to count points for is the 1 cup of Trader Joe's mozzarella. And then in here, I have 3/4 of a cup of fat-free cottage cheese. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that. And then lastly, I have 3/4 of a cup of non-fat Greek yogurt. So we're gonna add that to our blender. And then we're gonna turn it on, give it a good puree, get everything nice and mixed together, combined really, really well. And then we'll be ready to assemble our egg cups. So go ahead and turn your blender on and let it do its work. Once your egg mixture gets nice and combined, you're gonna go ahead and add in whatever seasonings that you wanna use. So I'm gonna do some black pepper. So I'm just gonna add that in. I'm just gonna give this a stir with a spoon. I'm not going to turn back on my blender. I'm also going to be adding some minced onion. I love onion in with eggs, and minced onion just makes it really easy. And then lastly, I'm gonna go ahead and add some pink sea salt. We'll add some of that to the mix. And again, I'm just going to stir this with my little spatula instead of actually turning back on my blender because I don't want my minced onions totally crushed up in there. So whatever seasonings you're gonna add, just go ahead and give that a stir once everything is nice and combined. So this is looking really good. Next, you're gonna go ahead and take your mixture. Look at how good that looks. And to that, you're gonna go ahead and add whatever protein source you decided on. So I am doing Jimmy Dean turkey sausage crumples, 1 cup worth. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that to my egg mixture. And again, I'm gonna give it a nice mix just to get those sausage crumbles combined. So again, if you're using ham or bacon, you would just wanna do the same thing where you just give it a nice mix so everything is nice and combined. So these are the silicone egg molds that I purchased. I actually bought these off of Amazon. You got 2 egg molds and you also get just 2 covers. If you do want to make baby food or some of the other things that you can create in the egg molds, they give you covers that you can just slip on once your food is done. And then it also comes with the wire rack for your Instant Pot. So pretty cool. It comes with everything. I do have these egg molds linked down in my Amazon store below. So the next thing that we want to do is we we want to go ahead and take our basil or whatever herb that you're going to be using in your egg molds, and we're just going to put this into the bottom. Now, I'm not sure how many egg cups this is going to make, so I'm going to just start with one mold. So I'm going to set this guy aside. I'm going to just start with one mold and fill it up with some of the basil and some of the egg mixture, and then we'll figure out if we have enough to do a second batch of egg cups. Again, the recipe didn't say, and I did do quite a bit of modification to the recipe, so I'm not sure exactly how many it's going to make. So go ahead, add your basil to your egg mold, and then from here, you're going to take your mixture and you're going to pour it into your egg mold. Now, you don't want to fill it all the way up. You are going to cover this with some foil, and your eggs are going to rise a bit in the cooking process. I will be cooking these, of course, in my Instant Pot, so I'll show you how I do that. So go ahead, fill up your molds. It looks like I'm probably going to have enough to do my second set of molds, which is awesome. These look really good. So when you pop these out, you'll have that nice, pretty, fresh basil on the bottom of your egg cup. So there's that mold of cup. So yep, it looks like I'm going to probably have enough to go ahead and fill my second mold. So I'll get that filled, and then I'll show you the completed egg cups before they go into the Instant Pot. Once your egg molds are nice and filled, look at those, yum. I did have some extra basil, so I went ahead and just topped each of my little egg cups with a little bit of basil on top as well. It literally made just enough to fill both trays. There was a little bit extra, just maybe a tablespoon, so perfect. And then from there, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna wrap your molds with foil. And then we're gonna get these put into our Instant Pot. So I will show you exactly how to get your Instant Pot ready, exactly what to do to cook your egg bites. But I'm really excited. This is the first time I've made these in my Instant Pot. So it is a little bit of a new thing for me, so I'm hoping these turn out good. But once you get them wrapped in foil, you're ready to put them into your Instant Pot. All right, so we're ready to go. You can see here that I did put in 1 cup of water in the bottom of my Instant Pot. I also added my wire rack that came with my egg molds. And then from there, you're just going to take your egg mold and you're going to set it into the bottom of your Instant Pot. So I have both of my silicone egg molds in my Instant Pot. My rack here has rubber handles so that they don't get hot for us to just pull up our eggs when they are done. From there, you're gonna go ahead and put your lid on your Instant Pot. You are going to set it to vent, and we're going to set our modes here to steam. And we're gonna let it steam for about 10 minutes. All right, so you've got your lid on. You're gonna make sure that you set your lid to seal, and then you're gonna come down here to your dial. You're gonna go ahead and hit the steam button, and it goes on 10 minutes, and then you are good to go. So you're gonna let your Instant Pot steam your eggs for 10 minutes, and then you are going to then allow it to slow release for an additional 10 minutes, and our egg cups should come out perfect. So I will be back to show you the egg cups as soon as I pull them out of my Instant Pot. So here are our Starbucks egg cups. These actually turned out really good. I just pulled them out of my Instant Pot. They come out really easy. You don't even have to spray these silicone molds. Look at that. They just pop out. So I'm gonna let them cool for just a few minutes, and then I will pop them all out and show you the egg cup and then show you my entire breakfast. Here are our egg cups, you guys. These look amazing. The entire batch is a total of 11 Smart Points. So you can have 2 egg cups for 1 Smart Point. What a fantastic breakfast for 1 Smart Point. So here is what they look like a little more up close. They look delicious. They have a nice kind of spongy texture, like a really good cooked egg, soft and moist. And yeah, I am super excited. So I'm gonna pop 2 of these in each one of my meal prep containers. That will only be 1 Smart Point. And then I'm gonna be having my Western bagel and some fruit. So this is gonna be 4 Smart Points for my entire breakfast. So let me get these into my meal prep container and I'll show you my breakfast. Along with my Starbucks egg cups, I'm gonna be having one of my blueberry Western bagels. These egg cups, you guys, are so incredibly low points that I thought that it would be a perfect combination with one of my Western bagel blueberry bagels. You guys, these are full size bagels. Look at that. And they are only 3 Smart Points a piece. So my plan is I'm going to go ahead and add this to my meal prep container, and then when I get to work I will toast it and spray it with a little bit of spray butter. So I'm going to be doing a blueberry bagel alongside my egg cups. If you're interested in trying out the Western bagels, I do have a discount code that will actually give you 10% off any order. And right now they have a promo where if you order 6 bags of the Western bagel, you can choose your flavors. You can do the full size or the bagelette. Most of the bagels are 3 points. The exception to that rule is the Perfect 10 multigrain. Those are only 2. And then the Max bagels, which are, they're like 1.5 times the size of these, I believe are 5 points. So this should give you the nutritional facts on the website so you can determine what bagels best suit your WW program. But take advantage of the 6 bags for $37. Then you can take an additional 10% off of that. And that particular promo has free shipping. So that, my friends, is a bargain. So I will link all of my Western bagel discount information here on the screen as well as down in the description box below. So if you haven't joined the Western bagel bandwagon, now is the time. Now is the time, my friends. So here's my completed breakfast for the week. Super excited. What a great low point breakfast. You feel like you're indulging by being able to have a bagel. So my full breakfast is this. I'm going to be having 2 of the Starbucks Copycat egg bites for 1 Smart Point. I'm also going to be having a blueberry Western bagel for 3 Smart Points. I will just toast it at work and add a little bit of spray butter. And then I'm going to have 2 of my Halo oranges. So this entire breakfast is 4 Smart Points. Crazy that you can have all of this for only 4 Smart Points. For lunches this week, I am going to be making spaghetti with the vegetable and some 2-ingredient dough garlic knots. Alrighty guys, let me show you what is in my lunches for the week. So of course for my spaghetti, I'm going to need some spaghetti. So I'm going to be using this Fiber Gourmet light spaghetti. This spaghetti tastes just like regular pasta, and it is only 3 Smart Points per serving, which is amazing. I'm actually only prepping 4 lunches because I am staying home with Diesel another day tomorrow, Monday. So you're going to see me prep for 4 lunches, and I will give you the Smart Points for 1/4 of my spaghetti and the points for the garlic knots. So I'm also going to be doing some extra lean Trader Joe's ground beef. In my jar here, I have the SKINNYISH dish CROCKPOT marinara. This marinara sauce is 0 Smart Points. I love it. I will link the recipe down in the description box below. And in my meal prep last week, I showed you how to make the sauce. I always add a little bit of brown sugar to my spaghetti sauce just to take some of the acidity and the tang out of the sauce. And then I'm going to top it with just a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese. So that is what is in my spaghetti. For a vegetable, I'm going to have Brussels sprouts. And then I'm making 2-ingredient dough garlic knots. So I'm going to need some non-fat Greek yogurt, self-rising flour, olive oil spray, and then some either minced garlic or garlic powder, some salt, some pepper and some parsley. So let's get started on garlic knots, veggies, and spaghetti. The first thing that we need to do to make our spaghetti is go ahead and get your ground beef browning in a pan. You're just going to kind of break it up and let it brown, and then of course drain it. And then you're also going to get some water to a boil to boil our Fiber Gourmet spaghetti. So I'm going to get this boiling, get this cooking down, and then we'll get the noodles tossed in. Once your water comes to a boil, go ahead and add in your Fiber Gourmet pasta. You're going to let this cook till it is al dente. You do not want to cook it all the way through because you're going to have to heat it up to eat it, and you don't want it to be too soft and mushy. And my hamburger is coming along nicely. As soon as this is browned and drained, we'll go ahead and add in our marinara sauce. Once your hamburger gets cooked down, we're ready to go ahead and add in our marinara. So we're going to go ahead and add that. Just kind of do little by little just to make sure that you don't over add in sauce versus meat. And then from there, we're also going to add in just a little bit of brown sugar. This just really helps take the acidity out. It is 0 extra points because we literally barely added any. And you're just going to keep adding marinara. Let this cook and let those flavors all melt together. Here is our noodles, all packaged up in our meal prep container. So it makes exactly 4 servings. That's a lot of noodles. So that's 2 ounces total. That package is 8 ounces. You can buy the Fiber Gourmet noodles off of netrition.com. You can also buy them off of Amazon, and they are linked down in my Amazon store below. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of spaghetti sauce to each of my noodles, and then we will get those garlic knots into the oven. So here is my spaghetti for my lunch. Look at how amazing this looks, you guys. So excited. So 4 days worth of spaghetti. I did not use all of the spaghetti sauce, but I am gonna go ahead and just count the points the same as I would have if I would have used all the spaghetti sauce. So I'm gonna get those garlic knots ready, show you guys how to make those, get them in the oven, and then we'll be ready to finish adding everything to our meal prep containers. To make our garlic knot pretzels, we're gonna be needing to make 2 ingredient dough. So what I have here is 1 cup of self-rising flour. If you do not have self-rising flour on hand, you can use regular flour. Just make sure that you add in your leveling agents. And then you're gonna go ahead and use some non-fat Greek yogurt. It's usually about a 1-to-1 ratio. I do not measure my yogurt. I just add it until I feel that my dough is the consistency that I want it. Sometimes, especially depending on the brand of non-fat Greek yogurt you use, your dough can become really sticky. And I don't want sticky dough. It's super hard to work with. So I will just add in my non-fat Greek yogurt little by little until my dough is the texture and the consistency that I want my dough to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in my yogurt, get this nice and mixed together, and then we'll be ready to roll this out and create our garlic knots. We do want our dough to be a little bit on the chunky side. Just make sure all of your flour is incorporated. Once you get your dough all rolled out into a ball, I always lay down some parchment paper. You're gonna grab your rolling pin, and I always spray my rolling pin with some nonstick cooking spray so that it doesn't stick to my dough. And we wanna roll this out into roughly a triangle shape. I'm going to get 12 garlic knots out of my ball of dough. So I need to roll this out thin enough and big enough for me to cut it into 12 equal sections so that I can get 12 garlic knots out of my dough. So you're just gonna roll and roll until it's even, until it's the consistency, the thickness that you want it to be, and then we'll cut this into 12 strips. Once you get your dough into 12 sections, so I just cut it into as equal sections as I possibly could get, you're going to take one of your sections and you're just gonna roll it out in your hand. So I like to squish it together to kind of soften it up and also to kind of get it warm and easy to move and be pliable. You're gonna roll it out into a snake shape. Once you get them all nice and rolled out, you can actually make them into any shape that you want. More of a knot shape, a pretzel shape. You can make breadsticks. So I went with this pretzel / knot shape. I'm gonna get these into the oven at 450 degrees for about 10 minutes. We're gonna pull them out. We'll add our olive oil and our garlic, let them cook a little bit longer, and then pull them out and add our parsley to the top as well. So I'm gonna get these into the oven. I'll be back in 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes. I just pulled my little knots out of the oven. It is now time to go ahead and add some olive oil spray. So I'm just going to spray the tops of each of my little garlic knots just so that the garlic powder and things stick to them. And then we're gonna go ahead and just sprinkle on a little bit of garlic powder. Sorry, my camera doesn't want to focus today. Some garlic powder on each of our knots. And then we're gonna pop these back into the oven for just a few more minutes, just until they become nice and brown. We'll pull them out and add some parsley. The garlic knots are done. I just sprinkled them with a little bit of parsley. I'm going to pop 1 garlic knot in each of my meal prep containers. Look at how good these look for the week. And then the rest will just set aside. And then I'll add my veggies. I'll show you my completed lunch for the week and give you the smart points. And here are my completed lunches. You guys, I am so excited for my lunch this week. So let me show you exactly what I'm taking each day. So I have 1 serving of my spaghetti. The Fiber Gourmet pasta is 3 smart points. I am counting the sauce still as 2, and that is for the ground beef that is in the sauce. I'm going to stay with 2 points, even though it is less because I didn't use all the sauce. I'd rather err on the side of caution. So my spaghetti, you guys, 5 points. That's it for all of this spaghetti. I did just put about half a teaspoon of Parmesan cheese, which is 0. I'm going to have 1 of my homemade garlic knots for 1 smart point. And then I added a little bit of frozen Brussels sprouts. So the knot is 1, the spaghetti is 5. And then for dessert, I'm gonna have 1 of my favorite lean mussel bites. These are linked down in my Amazon store below. I like the M&M the best, but the cookie dough is really good as well. And then I'm going to be having an organic unsweetened applesauce. So my entire lunch with my dessert is only 7 smart points. 7 smart points of pasta. Yes, please. All right, guys, it is brownies time. I'm so excited. I have been craving brownies, and I held off so I could make my own that are WW friendly. So I'm excited to share these with you guys. So let me show you everything that I'm putting into my brownies. This is my own recipe that I just came up with on my own. So I'm going to be using a box of the Pillsbury sugar-free brownie mix. You're gonna need some water. I'm also going to use the sugar-free Pillsbury frosting. This frosting is so good. I'm going to be using some Lily's chocolate chips, an egg, and some unsweetened applesauce. So let's get these brownies made. I'm dying to have one. So to get started on our brownies, in my bowl here I have my box of sugar-free brownie mix. We're gonna add everything to our bowl. One thing I did not show you guys is I am gonna go ahead and add a packet of this instant espresso. And the reason for that is it just enhances the flavor of the chocolate. So I have one of these individual little packets here. I'm gonna go ahead and add that. I also have 3 tablespoons of water, 1 egg cracked separately to avoid the shells. I also have 1 little container of unsweetened applesauce. I'm gonna go ahead and add the entire container. I'm gonna give this a good mix before I add in my chocolate chips. So I decided to make these like a double chocolate chip brownie. And in order to do that, I had to add some chocolate chips, hello, to get that double chocolate in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and stir in 146, yes, I counted them out, of the Lily's dark chocolate chips. And that is going to add a total of 5 smart points to my recipe. And I found that by adding that to the entire recipe, it only increased the points just a little bit. And in my opinion, it's worth it to have that nice extra bit of chocolate goodness. So there's our mix. We're gonna add it to our brownie pan and get it into the oven. And there are our completed brownies. Yummy. Look at how good that looks with those chocolate chips. So these are going to go in the oven at 350 until we can insert a toothpick and it comes out clean. So I will be back to show you our completed brownies. We'll allow them to cool, and then I'm going to show you how to make them decadent. All right, the brownies are out of the oven. I just popped them out of the pan. I'm letting them sit here on some parchment paper to cool, and then I'm going to show you how to make them decadent, beautiful, and delicious, even more than they already are. Now that my brownies are nice and cooled, it is time to add some decadence. So what I have here is I have measured out 140 grams of the sugar-free chocolate frosting, and then I have some fun Easter colored sprinkles, and I'm gonna go ahead and frost my brownies, and then I will cut them up and I will show you a serving size and give you the smart points. Don't these look amazing? So I cut my brownies into 20 servings. That makes them only 2 smart points a piece. 2 smart points, you guys, for a frosted brownie. I'm going to plate one up so that you can see the size, thickness, and exactly what you're getting for 2 smart points. So here is 1 serving of the brownie. So this is a salad plate. So I would say that your brownie is probably a 1.5 to a 2 by 2 inch square. So not bad for 2 smart points with frosting. This is the thickness of our brownies, and look at that, you guys. Moist, delicious. There's quite a bit of frosting on top, so you're not just getting a little drizzle, you are getting some frosting. So this, my friends, is a 2 smart point brownie. So here are the snacks that I'm planning on bringing this week to work. So my Pro Granola, my Julian Bakery, you know, is my baby, the love of my life. I have been loving just about a tablespoon or so on top of the Light and Fit Greek yogurt. The granola in that dosage is 0 points. You can have up to 1/2 of a cup of the granola for only 2 smart points. That's crazy, you guys. Granola is anywhere from 10 to 12 smart points per serving, but the Julian Bakery is only 2. So I add just about a tablespoon to the top of my Light and Fit Greek yogurt. That makes this a 2-point snack because all I have to count for is the Light and Fit yogurt. I do have a 10% off discount code for the Julian Bakery granola. It also gives you free shipping, which is amazing. That code is here on the screen and also down in the description box below. They have several flavors: vanilla cinnamon, the espresso cluster, which I love, peanut butter, just really, really good, high quality, great ingredient, full of protein. Look at that, you guys, 12 grams of protein per serving granola. So make sure you order the Julian Bakery granola using my code down in the description box. So that is a 2-point snack. I also have the Scandinavian Fiber Crisp Breads. You can have 2 of these breads for 1 smart point. So I'm going to have 2 of those with a wedge of the Laughing Cow Swiss cheese, and that would be a total of a 2 smart point snack. Get myself a little fiber, get myself a little cheese, and it is only 2 smart points. And then, as usual, I will be having a Built Bar as my AM snack, which is what I have every single day. Built Bars are a candy bar that are only 3 smart points. They're so good, you guys. I love them frozen. I love them in the fridge. I love them just out of my pantry. I just love them in general. So 3 smart points, 15 grams of protein, 6 grams of fiber. They keep you full. They taste like a candy bar. My code for them is here on the screen. They did just change their code program where now you can use my code over and over and over again and always, always, always save 10% off both the sample box and the full-size box and get free shipping. So what a deal. So I'm going to go ahead and have Built Bars. Make sure that you stock up on Built Bars. They are amazing. So this is going to be what I'm planning to bring for snacks for the week. Thank you for joining me on another weekly meal prep on WW. I hope that you enjoyed the 3 recipes that I shared with you today. Everything is amazing. Who said you can't have spaghetti and pasta and brownies on WW and on WW Freestyle? So I hope that you enjoyed the recipes. If you're new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe. Hit that little bell and it'll notify you every time that I upload a new video. I do upload almost every day of the week. Also, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, let me know if you're going to try any of the recipes that I shared with you today, and I'll see all of you in my next video. Bye, guys.